topic is async and await. So, what is async? First, I will explain what is async. So, async and await are used to handle asynchronous operations in a more readable and cleaner way. The traditional promise or callback. Basically, it is used for promises or callback. Okay. So, async is used to declare a function as asynchronous. It is used to declare a function as asynchronous. Okay, and then it is automatically return a promise and allow the use of await inside the function. So now I will explain what is await. So await is basically it can only be used inside an async function. Await we can't use in single. If we use async, then we can use await. So it can only be used inside an async function and then pauses the execution of the async function until the promise is resolved or rejected. It will and makes asynchronous code look like synchronous code. So that is the await. So next question is like why we use async and await. Why we use async and await. So it we will use because it is cleaner and more readable syntax and it is easier to write sequential asynchronous operation. Like first, it is cleaner and cleaner and more readable syntax, and also it is easier to write sequential asynchronous operations. And it is simplifies error handling with try and catch. It is simplified with error handling with try and catch. So now I will explain using the code. And then second is like it is used for like async and await, like avoid callback hell, and also simple error handling and great for like API calls and fetching the data. That's why we use async and await. Now I will explain using the code. JS compiler. So I'll explain using a real life example. Okay. So the example is it's a like real life example. It's using async and await. Imagine we are like making a cup of tea. Here I am writing amazing. Uh, we are making we are making cup of tea. Okay. So I'm writing the code. What is the process of making tea using async await? So in that So in that function function first is we need to boil water, so we will create function boil water, and then we, as you know, like we making like async await with promise, it is a return a promise, so return new promise, and it will, I will pass parameter resolve, and then I will add set timeout, set time, set time out, so set time out, and then resolve, and then water boiled. It will take like 2 seconds. Okay, and then second we need to add tea leaves. Like, so create a function with tea leaf. Add tea leaves. So in that return new promise. So it will resolve, pass parameter resolve, and then resolve tea leaves added. Okay, so it will take only like 1 second. Oh, sorry, what is the mistake behind of this? Oh, I didn't mention set timeout. So set timeout, and then arrow function, and then I will edit resolve t added leaves added, and in that will take 1 second. Okay, and the next is we need to add sugar. So next function we will create sugar function, add sugar and like sugar and milk. Need to add sugar and milk. So function, and then return new promise, and then resolve, and then again set timeout, and then add function and resolve sugar and milk added. Edit. It will take maybe like 1 second, and then we call a function. Okay, so here we call a function using async, and function first make the, and in that console dot log starting teenage, like we to write like starting tea making. Okay, so and then create I create a variable cons like step 1, and then I added await, and then boil water, and then call a function. And second is console.log and step 1. And then same as const step 2, and then await add t leaves. Then call a function, and then console.log step 2. Okay. So and then step 3 const step 3 to await add sugar milk, and console.log step 3. Okay. And then console.log we can write like t is ready. And next, okay, so in that async function, oh sorry, we need to call all these things in async after the async, yeah. And then make the call, make the function. So in that, firstly, we will see output, what will happen. Await boil water, what is const step 1, await boil water. This error given is await boil water. Boil water is not defined. It is same like that. Make tea, and then console to start the making. It is fine. Const step 1 await boil water. It is also fine. Console dot use step 1 and step. Wait, I'm checking here. Now it's working fine. Again add sugar milk. I think spelling is mistake. It is showing add sugar milk is not defined. There is add sugar milk here. Sugar, I mistake here. Now it is working fine. Start tea making, and then water boil, and then tea leaves added, and then sugar and milk added, and then tea is ready. So what happened here? So I created a like different functions. Different in the sense ki like I created function firstly in boil water and then add tea leaves. Function boil water, and then function add tea leaves, function add sugar and milk, and async function. So first what is here, like first I created a function add tea leaf and written a new promise, and then I added set timeout. In that I resolved like tea leaves added in within a 1 second. And then firstly it will bring start tea making. Where is start tea making? Wait, here. So here I'm just writing the function, and then add tea leaves and add and sugar milk. Here async function make tea, like first I console.log start tea making. Then it firstly it will bring start tea making. Then const step await boil water. It will await for boil water. So where is boil water? Here. So then it will bring boil water boil. And then second is step 2. So await add tea leaves. Then it will await for add tea leaves. So in add tea leaves added, then print tea leaves added. And then same as like step 3, sugar and milk added. And after that just tea leaves added, just come in step 3 and await add sugar and milk, and then print sugar and milk added, and then print tea is ready, and then I call a function. So that's why it's printing like, as you can see, start tea making, and then call a water boil function, tea leaves added and sugar and milk added, and then tea is ready. So that's all about async and await. Thank you.